So I call this video You Stole His Voice. You humbleize him in a wrong way. I can say it's like what they are doing to me. I'm realizing I've never done anything wrong. Just talking about truth, experiences, bad experiences to the bad experiences to someone. But still at the end, they wanted to humbleize you. The humbleizing someone with the wrong way. Like they wanted you to be sane, but they wanted you to be to like being abused also. And me criticized what else the different kinds of way to abuse someone that the abused one should always think I mean thank you, having a gratitude that at least at that part you are recognized. Oh, we never even wanted that kind of recognition, even the recognition of the right, which is praise you in doing good things, praise you in we didn't even wanted that part, those two different kind of recognition. We just wanted to live peacefully and peacefully with you and through ourselves, because we don't need those validation, which is wanting to be recognized by someone like that, wanted to say you have a friend, wanted to say just connected to validation. It is the start of I seen series, AI series again, and that word sparks the intuition, which is they made me the monster. So his essence, I was clocked from the very beginning, because maybe I will, if I were as as the twin, if I would experience the thing that they have done to him from the very beginning, maybe the same, both of us will be destroyed, because his essence already was destroyed. The last chances is this moment. That's why that clock that is being clocked, my essence is been removed. So I can say it should be removed in the right time, right moment, and maybe this is the right time and right moment. And it's time to pay your loans, people, because you are the one of the reasons why his essence is destroyed, because of the ancestors' fault and what you are continuing. As I have said, human is still revolving in the past, digging the past that's already happened. But they themselves cannot stand to open themselves from real spirituality, to gain the real change and grow abundantly to prosperity. They just wanted that materialistic world, and they don't want to solve the problem in spirituality. That's why this generation or this human etc. in materialistic world is the ones who is perspiring. The machines, the money, etc. is only revolving. But human in an adult kid, I mean, adult body, a human in an adult body is revolving in a kid energy. Very strong. Most of the people, only few, 100%, only 10% are revolving in mature, in adults all over the world. I guess there's a lot will complain, blame, then be angry, and give hatred, even for to me. I guess that is giving this message. That's why we are giving this kind of message, kind of different truth, for you to stand to be mature, not to tantrum, because that's an evidence of tantruming. Kid energy. Tantrum tantrum is an evidence that kid always does if that kid doesn't get what it wanted. An evidence also that you never the grow, you never the develop your personality, emotional even, because the reaction directly is tantrum, anger, hatred, insecurities. So I guess little by little, the essence of the masculine is getting whole again. For the masculine and divine can do their rightful task and purpose that the summoned to do in this earth for people. Again, for people that is very spoiled but didn't. Are you really giving gratitude even with the one that Jesus Christ did for you? For the evidence is now? From this person? I guess not. Because why is it that the evidence, the strong evidence of getting lost and people getting worser and eviler is strong? You let the evil ones win. It's the people's fault itself. Then you even made a scapegoat to blame someone. Maybe the different of us, we are both strong. But the difference is me, I martyr in a way and allow those kinds of mistreat by others. But I won't allow that I would be affected. I guess that's what he should learn if he is even one of the one who monitors this. Because I'm seeing a lot of apostles, it's like he knows the feeling itself, but doesn't understand the identity itself. He knows how to fight for itself, but cannot recognize. Not recognize. How can I explain this one? But I think this part is meant to be happened for an evidence of the strength of being a woman also. Like he allow this part to happen even though he knows he is strong and he can do many things to say I respect the process itself. I'm even playing not my identity in real actually also. I've learned and it should happen. We both play a different personality from what we are so that it will give an evidence that you won't be affected on. That's why you can sense a feminine and masculine, some actually, because as I've said from my past video before, this one is what's revolving in the universe is two kinds of essence, which is the masculine and feminine. We played what we don't we played, I mean, what we never be expect as our personality. To understand also the one is the feelings of why they are doing those kinds of bullies. His essence is being played from a different kind, different human identity, but his own identity as I am woke up, as a human still didn't woke up, I guess. His voice, I mean, was talking to many different kinds of male human gender. What should be a real man? What should a real man do to his own partner? To have a family like that. It's just that I welcome this kind of people that do blogging. That's why I'm talking now to the contents that I'm doing. Maybe him is already starting to be opened on the reality, the awakening itself, to recognize the real identity and who is he before, like what happened, like me, but he doesn't do these things. That's so this is the thing that I'm only is still continue this one because I'm already also tired. I'm very tired. I'm just holding the task of we because I don't care to save a human race that doesn't care to be saved and doesn't want to recognize the save itself and doesn't want to welcome change and doesn't want to everything but wanted to welcome destroy himself more because even though this is only giving a message, it can say something, put different kinds of perspective, the toxic, knowing that you known, because I've seen the effect of it from recognizing messages from others, then you will put it to learning to grow through yourself, then the perspective will really change, especially you wanted a different and more successful, recognizing yourself from growth and gaining real freedom, peace. Yes, those people that's starting to voice out, you really help. Don't let others' perspective, which is what's the use of that? Are they really even hearing you? Even though others won't hear, but there are some others that recognizing the words that you uttered, then use it to learn something new, then put it in their life. That's why be careful in what you hear. Because how about if what you are hearing is actually destroying someone? That's an selfish interest. Use your discernment instinct, intuition, guts, essence, senses, I mean, in recognizing real advice and motivation. And real truth talk. Because most of the messengers actually is talking about your brother is the reason why your mother is the thief like that. Even though we have to remove that perspective because it's an evidence that it's only you didn't really recognize that it's a way that to destroy the family bond itself. Even though you recognize that why is this brother, sister, mother, father? It's like that doesn't believe me or revolving in envy. Shift it in an perspective of I won't being positive. I won't allow this kind of. I won't allow to for me to be affected. If they are like that, then you pray for them. Better to pray for them because at the very beginning, put it in our brain that we are really not being taught well, educated well. The real education in spirituality to physical. That's why Bible always says forgiveness. But put also spirituality or some teachers says, but put boundaries and limitations. Which example, if your brother or sister given an we always watch this also in different kinds of short series or movies or long series, that if your brother and sister reacted in a way which is to blame you because of envy, stand up, don't let your emotions be affected, and say I'm hurt because this is the my brother or sister really is. It's a training to recognize yourself if you will be affected at that reaction that they are doing actually. If you won't allow, forgive the situation, but still put the boundaries, which is the person it knows, because spirit knows that you won't allow the abuse again to happen through your reaction or through maybe words that you will utter, because it will come again. They are just looking for attention sometimes, but not good attention, or be recognized also. So you have to consider the pain syndromes also, as you are evolving from pain syndromes. Maybe they are looking for a scapegoat like that. But the thing is, you are just different. Then later on, there would be a conversation. Just be vigilant and observant. That if the point something, which is, wow, this person is very, why is this person abusing this one? Like when you're watching movies, and you will shift the talking, which is, it's like whatever, it's like what you are doing to me, right? Then the reaction, which is, what do you mean? She will or he will ask. And you have to be, you know how to explain. But because they know, they can shift the conversation to putting something which is, because you're like that, you're like this, so I'm doing that to you. And you should know how to answer those kinds of also. From the first stages, you may lead to fighting, quarreling like that. But later on, that kind of conversation will be normalized between you, because the awareness is there already. You are putting an awareness also. And the person itself recognizing that you wanted to fight for yourself. Because we never before. They will soon recognize that and be amazed. And defending yourself with an energy of being confident. Because before you are not right. You are trying to find your voice. And still they are winning, even though they are wrong. But when you find your confidence, even though the conversation, quarrel is coming again and again and again, until they recognize their mistakes also, the awareness of it, that yeah, or even in friendship actually, work, we shift it but at the part. When you stand and you gain your courage and confidence, that's the time that they will recognize what they did also. I guess that's the process itself. So male should know how to help one another also, to awaken the masculine essence that was being destroyed. That's why this near end of the time, men became selfish because the essence of the masculine was destroyed. We have to accept that as human are the reasons also why we are in chaos. And I am one of that will accept. I'm not excused because I became the ancestor, I became the present. and for many reincarnation. Why didn't we so even that part? That even in the last moment, you have still a chance. I guess this is a last chance to us also. That doing this task, the voluntary, giving messages as a help also actually. Messenger from God is a help. Guide is a help. That's why those people that holding the spirituality connection should be a lead guide, help for a connection of the creator and the people. We hold the hardest part, even ourselves. We hold the hardest because we decide if we will accept that connection to God. All of us, this is the last chances that was given to us. Some people is from their reaction, it's like even they didn't know you from a situation. Why is it this person is very so when looking at you like very anxious? Where are you going? Where what will you talk? What will you do? Even perspiring in materialistic world, very anxious and doesn't want you to. If traveling, who is traveling actually? If talking, why would you afraid that someone will talk? That's the energy that I'm vibrating actually. And even some on some people, but there are some people that is happy that you came out, that you go here, that you etc. Those are people that is open-minded maybe. But those who are afraid for you to do something is, I guess, they know what they are doing to you. So I guess that kind of reaction, I will summarizely say, it's an reaction of fear of what you are doing to your own fellow. Or you are afraid to from that person to go here or go outside, and that person's aim is to only see the beautiful. How about that's the reason of that person? The beautiful other places, but you are fearing that person will go and say something to this something because of the experience itself. Us that experience bad things to others doesn't say as you that loves to do it in smear campaign. Those who loves smear campaigns or chismis, that's the thing they are fearing. Me, this part is like a part of chismis, I can say. But we never even mentioned names. And the experiences itself is what we are talking, the testimony itself, that we are involved. Not just us never been involved in that and we are talking. Like you are doing on that chismis. Never know me, you never been in my part, or you've been, but you have an intention and you never gain the intention itself. That's why you are doing a chismis or a smear campaign to destroy because you never gained the selfish intention itself. That's the process of the right and wrong, chismis, or smear campaign. And what is really our purpose here if we have to do something about feminine and masculine? With my twin, I guess not my twin already because by coming in this earth also with different kind of identity because he holds the identity of the devil one because of a mistake but it's already resolved and spiritual with God. But to totally cut it, we have to do something in this earth to help the human. That's the condition. To allow the forbidden love. But I guess this task is so hard than spiritual world because it make chaos that our ourselves has to resolve it. I guess most of the time, me, that's a part of chasing also, which is what I'm talking on the second part. This may be the third part. That's why in my feeling, why is always me? That's why, as I've said, we are the starting of Adam and Eve. So we have to change that part in this moment also, to cut that, because it's our own fault also. Maybe if I'm Eve before, and we God stripped us all of our memories and power, the reaction of Eve is because he God put the wisdom on the apple tree, and once eaten, the wisdom or knowledge or intelligence will start. Naturally, Eve naturally has an instinct but doesn't understand that she wanted to aim the apple. That someone is it's even the second agreement of the snake that is trying to deceive them. The eagerness, hungriness of the magnet and longing. That's why Eve allowed itself to be deceived and eat the apple. But the good is Adam obeyed, but still recognized Eve. It's sign of still respecting the feminine actually, even though it's wrong. That Adam should stand to correct the woman itself and start to be true man, and say we have to follow God. You know the result if we will not follow the instruction. But Adam and Eve is instantly made, never done the process of being kid until growth. Maybe that's the thing that we have to recognize also. Adult with a kid energy that needed to cut this moment of new beginning that is revolving still all over the world. That's why there is a kid energy in adult body. This part of us is very hard also if we needed to cut that kind of karmic family, being really ready in spiritual, mental, physical, etc. Gosh, I'm not, for me, I'm still not ready for that. In true experiences, that's why how the advice, how the reaction is. There are some people that advises you. Good advice is if you say that I don't want family because it's hard and there's a lot of problem, and in your age, like they are going to tell you about that part. There's God that always look at me when I'm old. No, there's it's still different in physical. Yes, there's God, but how about physical? Who will help you? Who will etc. Like giving you an advice of motivation that not all is like that. They cannot explain it well, but that's how I understand it now. Wow, what you're thinking is not all. It's like that, but they cannot pinpoint. Yeah, that advice is recognized now, and thank you for that. But for me, I'm not really still not ready. From the situation now, the present, the world is in chaos. The materialistic is getting worser. The crisis is getting worser. The problem is spirituality that leading the physical became worse, is worsening. The personalities of people, manners, characters is worsening. What else? Everything is getting worsening. Worser to the worst thing. That's why I will be putting that guard that I made, the rules. You have to stand also, have a courage to do that part. If they wanted to play the masculine, or me, if I wanted to play the feminine also. But me, I wanted to play being single, happy, free in this physical. But some really doesn't want that one. I don't know. Those are people that doesn't want to make others be happy, but but themselves can only stand to look at themselves as happy. They don't want others. They only wanted themselves to be happy. The lessons for those kinds of people is they have to recognize happiness of others as they will recognize their happiness also. That's why at the end they never been happy. I understand that part because I tried also that feeling when awakening. You will realize why would I be happy if others like OMG struggling with English? Why would be I be? Why would they be happy if I'm not happy like that? What I'm thinking is reversed. What would I want to say? I mean, is reversed. So when I recognize that one, oh, I should recognize also others to be happy so that I would be happy. That's why no judgment at all came. Because if you always judge, you won't be happy. Just normal. Even though they did something, you may judge, but maybe something happened, and move on. I hope people will get that kind of move on. So that family making, good luck for you. Because this time you may recognize as the karmic family or the divine family. And the golden age will come already that they are always talking. The golden age is not this moment. The golden age, how you will know that you are the golden divine feminine and the golden divine masculine. It's for this present moment, maybe that is still the shift is happening. The target individual, especially or the righteous people, because but the present or the future, the ones who will be targeted because it's already shifted the future. I mean, not the present. Why did I add the present? It's the future should be. The future is the ones who is doing. That's the meaning of shift and new beginning. Everything will shift. The ones who will be feared is not us already the talking truth, which is the liars, the abusers, and the it's all on the ones who is doing bad. Will be the one who will experience. I mean, fear. These things that we are experiencing, the target individual this moment. Fear. What else? Abuse. What else? Smear campaign. What else? Everything that we experience, and it's like the experience is too much. So if they will not change, they will be the ones who will experience that part. How to save them? Accountability. How to save themselves actually. Not no one will save them but they themselves. Because us that did our part to save us, it's us. And recognizing our mistakes and sins. Then recognizing our relationship to God. So it's us. That's it's us who decided that part. And still with the help of God, of course, the guide and lending hand. And who opened the Holy Spirit within us? It's us, the self itself. And who made the protection that God embarked to us human beings? It's us itself. Because you yourself has the brain. No one else holds your brain. You only allowed yourself to be affected because of validation and more reasons. So, because they are trying their best to save their own mistakes and sins. Again, I will remind you, be careful. Use your discernment and intuition. Be careful in who you hear. Spirit knows. Even though no one watched this video. Gosh, I'm realizing a little bit of regret in this voluntary, etc. But we are already here. So we needed to do it. Because the struggle is really hard. Gosh, they're still trying their best. Again, I will remind you, be careful, be careful in doing family. You will be recognized this coming future as the karmic family or the divine family. And in this moment, some of the family or family that are doing family will struggle. Everyone always struggles. Everything that we do, we struggle. There's always a problem that comes. That's why you needed to be strongly buried in mental, psychological, spiritual, physical, even though not perfect, to build something. You cannot answer it as in our language. It's bahala na. Wait, I will use Google translation. Really? I always hear that come what may, but that's the English itself. Whoa, come what may. Bahala na. It won't answer that kind of thing that you will build. You really is needed to be ready because the struggle in physical materialistic is real. The generational bloodline curses in every one of us is strong. The spiritual relationship to God is in chaos also. That's why I guess the struggle is real. That's why targeted ones are strong also. That person should be ready also. He should be ready. Because I guess if I will welcome another partner, it would be a target eyeing something, a target individual. Because from the relationship of my mother and father, I realized that they are being targeted of something. One part is becoming their child. Having a child, I mean, like me, that is different among humans. Not only, not for them to succeed. That's why you are always in chaos also. That's why you allowed yourself to have in a third party relationship because you allowed yourself to be targeted of that evil doing since every one of us actually all over the world is a target because we allow ourselves to be targeted. We allow ourselves to be the one who is targeting two different kinds of people, but still allowed ourselves to be target in that chaos. I'm also struggling because I'm not allowing myself to be target and I'm not allowing myself to be the targeter, the both side. Now that I realize that part. And the other people is in chaos, maybe they don't understand that part. That the other messengers is instead leading them at that part to recognize the etc. Still, they are the ones who is more leading the people in chaos. Good luck to that. Good luck to them. So I guess this ends the third part. The golden age will come. The real golden. In materialistic world, that's what they play, which is royal families should marry their own. That's why they marry their cousins or etc. to maintain the materialistic world, the richness. But they don't know that there's an effect of marrying your own bloodline also. It would be a karmic. So at the end, you will lose everything. But they don't recognize the real golden. So this moment, the real golden ones will recognize each because the past they don't really recognize each actually. At the end, they will fall to someone that will destroy them. And they will recognize one another and help one another. It will start also. I guess those individuals will not allow themselves to be affected by the problems that will come to them because it's a test. Those things that will come to their way is a test. if they really love one another or they belong with one another. I guess that's what we hold also as the feminine and masculine. Gosh, that's a more struggle. I already struggle to recognizing myself. Then another part of kind of struggle. It's a kind of wow. Gosh, this kind of task should be done by a rich people. No, I better be single. I accept. I'm not ready. That's all. I'm not rich to do that kind of task. Let me bless those who can do it. I pray for you. I'll be your godmother of prayer for your relationship. Never mind me to do that task. I won't. But if that masculine still recognize my rules and awaken, well, no choice. No choice. At the end, no choice. So annoying. Again, no choice. As I always say, it's a kind of betrayal set up. I hope it's a beautiful, beautiful. That in my mind, I would really struggle, but at the end, the relationship became so OMG. Sometimes we me wrong that actually it won't go smoothly. Not what we think that it's hard. Because in recognizing that kind of purpose in my from the start that I've awakened and now and experience in my experience now still, it's so hard. From the experience to other people, connecting that purpose to other people, it's so hard. Gosh. That now that realizing I hope I wished and allow that moment my end. But still, God is not allowing it. Even though I know his purpose, I cannot understand his what's his holding. What he is recognizing. Even though he explain it, even though or some may people explain it, I would still recognize it. Why? Because of the light, because of the why? In a big question of the process itself. Yes, for the evidence of how God ultimately so good to us and guiding us and powerful for what? Some people so this kind of what I'm talking is me others understand it as a mocking to God. But for me totally it's a question. Or I guess to remove the total evilness within us. Then how can you remove that evilness if people itself even doesn't care and doesn't want to do believe and wanted only what they want, which is they don't want to struggle the evidence. That's why this coming golden age also and shift, the hybrids of human beings will only the ones who can not struggle. What's that? You can hi the English mahakayanan. Wait, can stand. Even Google even can say it. Can stand, can carry itself, can do. Will be the ones who will be left behind and do that golden age. So what I've said really is true cleansing time. So sorry for us people, but it's really too much being spoiled of us. It won't work already. No is no. your denial, your nature of being biased, your blaming, etc. won't work. No is no. So that this earth will experience peace already. Because even this present tiredness is already, when you sense the energy, tiredness is strong. That's why to make the earth in chaos and in harmony, balance, this should happen. No is no. I guess that's why they wanted you to not go in travel part and say something. This part also. Telling the truth. To every person that feels like someone is stopping you to say something, someone is stopping you to travel in the meet someone new, learn something new, stopping you to go, stopping you to tell the truth, stopping you to something that really is good. And if you say that one, for sure they won't believe it. They will even shift it as when you quarrel, you're stopping me right to talk. Using it on victimizing shift. Weird people. They say us that can recognize those things are the ones who is weird, but they cannot see themselves that they are the weird one. And annoying. They will say you are the annoying, but at the end, they are the ones who is so annoying. They say, I'm so insecure with you, but the real truth is, they are the ones should be on that spot, which is you will be always you will be recognizing insecurities in them because they are like that. You will be angry because even the reaction angry. You're angry to me because I'm like this like that, but at the end the angry and the hurt, angerness, hatred should be at them because it's a part of recognizing emotional transparency or reaction to them because they are like that, the chaos one, the lost one, and doesn't want to change themselves of being bad. At the end, the truth came out right. The veil came out. Immature will always be immature. So this video ends. I hope that golden age will come from this present moment. That everything is in chaos and in lost. Even the real family tie should be is in chaos. I guess so. As I've said, I'll be your godmother praying for that kind of relationship if you want to go forward and have a family. Because if you are wanting to someone to do it for you, nah, I would do it for even of anyone, but maybe for myself only. I can do it for anyone if I have the financial, but no, no is no. We have to do it for ourselves to recognize. Yeah, I guess this is the task itself also that people wanted to do it for them. So I already put a boundaries and limitation. That if that thing will happen, it should be on me, not recognizing the representatives. Maybe the representative of being an example only, not for anyone. No, that's a big task and very hard. And financial really is needed at that part because it represents all. I would only get the representative of being example. Oh, so we needed to recognize that also. Okay, I recognize it. And no other weapon will against that boundaries and limitations that I made. Because someone will come and say to your face that you should do it for us. All. You should not do that. The limitation and the boundaries. You should not. No. No, no, no. It would be an example maybe, but doing to all, no. That's the thing that should be cut also. Like what Jesus Christ did, which is did it for all. Not everything is did for all. Because the people recognize that part of task, they became so abusive. That's the message. Other message also. Jesus already did his part. This moment is we have to do our part also. Our ancestors never hear or hear or recognize the teaching that he did at the moment that he's still alive. That's why this is the backlash also. We are lost at this present moment. That's why the no is very strong. That you have to learn it by your own, by yourself. Carry your own cross, as they say. I already carried my own cross. You have to do it also. So what I'm doing is an example only. I won't allow myself to carry it for anyone because there are evidence that always come in my face that in a situation like that why should I carry my own cross? You want to play the like image of Jesus Christ, right? You should do it. And if you're realizing what are you talking about, I'm not even doing that part. I'm just here to say something and open our eyes that we have to carry our own cross. You're the ones wanting to carry, wanting someone, to carry your own cross. You're just denying it. That's why some of the religion also always praise Jesus Christ, that Jesus Christ carries the cross, but they didn't understand the effect of it, which is we needed to do and carry our own cross also, because also of what they did to Jesus Christ, the bad consequences in bad karma. They crucified him without his own consent. That's a kind of abuse act. They killed him, and the bad consequences in bad karma is it backlash in this moment, in this generation. That's the teaching that you never saw. There's a part that we have to think, having gratitude on what Jesus Christ did, but you never saw the bad consequences in bad karma, the other effect. Two sides of effect, the good and bad, from the two witnesses. If Jesus Christ allowed himself, if maybe our ancestors ask wisely, can you please be crucified at this cross? And Jesus Christ allowed himself totally 100% saved us. But what he did is force, persecute, wanted him to be killed. As what I'm experiencing spirituality, even though they are using words, look, chismis or smear campaign, they wanted you to be murdered, even though they wanted you to do it to yourself, because they are wishing that you will do it to yourself to end your life. They never experience, they never recognize the bad consequences of that wishes that they are doing, the side effects of what they are doing, the smear campaigns, etc. That's why at this moment, as I've said, we did it, it will come back to them 10 times fold. What our ancestors did actually came back to us 10 times fold. That's why we are lost in this generation. No one ever told that one because they are denying it. 10 times fold, saved. Because we can see it in the materialistic world. But 10 times fold, not. Because look at the spiritual. Then it's very lost. The materialistic world is perspiring. But the spiritual is declining. Because we are lost in teachings. We more recognize abusing someone to correct someone. And we are even correcting the correct one. Instead, we should correct the wrong one. Um, Gosh. And still people is denying it. So this other part 3 became long because this part is added. Gosh. If people still won't recognize this thing, the mistakes of our ancestors, and correct it, it really is, and no golden age will come. Goodbye. Anyways, as long as me, at least at last, I'm already free. This is my last moment in this earth. I already learned what I should have learned. Good luck to you in being doing the cycle of reincarnation, learning, test, etc. That's why this present also is looks so tired because of that process. For me, I'm so tired of recognizing at the part and telling the truth, and they never recognize it. Then, but at least whenever it even is expressing now the pressure of energy and emotions, because we learned how to put a boundaries and limitation, not like before of the start. The feeling of tiredness only is tired of living in this materialistic world that you always struggle, then you adjust, then there is some, like the government's always coming to stop the progress of people. Gosh, like hell really is here. Actually, it's the it's light. This is struggle. This kinds of struggle still it's light. So I think there's a lot of people that will go in that bed of fire. That's not an prediction or wish thinking. It's the recognizing of how people is recognition. I think that's the end. As my young says. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification, comment, and share my next videos. See you again in my next video.